It's time for the Savvy Realtor podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole, the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty, serving you throughout the Triangle, teaching you about the ins and outs when it comes to buying or selling a home. You can find the team online by going to acolerealty.com. That's A-C-O-L-E realty.com, or by calling 919-578-3128. That's 919-578-3128. And now it's time for one of the top realtors in the Triangle, Angie Cole, and the Savvy Realtor podcast. Well, since Thanksgiving just passed, Angie, let's cover some of the things that we should all be thankful for in the real estate world. I think this will be kind of fun. One thing we all have to be thankful for is a thriving housing market. Glad that 2008 is, long in the rearview mirror and hopefully won't rear its head again.
Yeah, and we, in our market, in the Triangle here in North Carolina, we are definitely so thankful for the market that we have. Our market definitely, bounced back a lot quicker than other markets did. So yes, for the most part, prices are up. We have low inventory, so it's definitely still a seller's market, but then awesome interest rates right now. So it's also a great time for buyers as well. So yeah, super thankful for our housing market in general.
Absolutely. Now, specifically, let's talk about what agents might be thankful for. So a real estate agent such as yourself, you are most thankful for sellers who do what?
I would say the one word that comes to mind there are sellers who are realistic.
Okay.
A seller, it's so great to meet with a seller who understands the market and who actually listens to my professional advice that I give them. I know we talked in previous shows about taking the emotions out of selling and buying, and that's so true. It's definitely can be difficult working with a seller who, just because of they've owned the home for 30 years, all their, stories and memories are with that home. They feel that their home should be priced $20,000, $50,000 above where the market is calling it. So just a seller who is realistic and will listen to me and allow me to guide them through the process. Because in the end, as we always say, if you list your home where it needs to be, we actually will get more for your home in the long run than if we overprice the home. Because when we have longer days on the market, you naturally will get less for your home. So we love realistic sellers.
How do you, because you don't not work with folks who do have more of that emotional attachment, but how do you help push them toward the right decisions or help push them toward a more realistic scenario?
Yeah, giving them examples, I think, is a great way. And just, having documentation to prove where I'm coming from as far as price point, also showing them pictures. I actually had that happen yesterday where I have a seller who is actually out of state. His son is actually renting the home that he is looking to sell. Whenever I gave him a number and he was wanting to sell the home as is, current state as is not wonderful. It's really bad. And so I automatically said, hey, this is what I think we can get for this home. And he automatically said, no, I would not be willing to sell it for, I think he wanted at least another $5,000 or $10,000 out of it. And at that price point of a home, it's a lower, price point around like 115. That's a big jump, and it was a neighborhood where I could say homes sold exactly for this, and this. So what I did is I sent him the comparables, but I also sent him the pictures of the comparables. So now you can see what other homes really look like on the inside and the interior in relationship to your home. So I think just giving them examples can really help and guide them.
Yeah, that's great. That's very helpful. So realistic sellers, we're certainly thankful for you. What about buyers? What kinds of buyers are we most thankful for?
Yeah, we're most thankful for buyers who are like sponges. And by that...
Ooh, I like that.
By that, I mean they take in your advice, they follow your guidance, they listen to everything that you're saying. And by doing that, it can help them to find a home a lot sooner. It can help them to get a better deal in regards to negotiations. It can also help them so they don't lose a home that they love because they're dragging their feet. So just a buyer who will listen and really just take our advice and, our professional opinions in order to guide them through the process. Those are definitely the buyers that we are super thankful for.
We like them because they're sponges, like the absorbability, not from the rough side and soft side on the other.
Right, exactly. No.
All right, so we're talking about what we're thankful for in real estate since we're in the wake of Thanksgiving here. Agents are also thankful for the great team they have around them, I would imagine. Tell us a little bit about your team.
Yeah, so I'm super, super thankful for my team. And I tell them this all the time. I mean, I personally would not be the real estate agent that I am and, be successful if it wasn't for them, because we rub each other's back. I mean, we, pretty much take turns with the client in a sense of I'm the specialist on the listing side. My buyer agents are, specializing on the buy side. I have my listing manager who helps me get everything up and going to get a home on the market. We have our closing coordinator, who carries from contract to close. Our runner who is going to help by putting lock boxes on a door or just anything that we need help with. So a little bit about my team really fast. So like I mentioned, I work strictly on the listing side. I then have my listing manager. Her name is Tammy. Tammy's also my mom. So
cool.
Fun. Tammy was
Neat.
my first hire, has been with me, goodness, for almost 3 years now. So Tammy does everything in regards to helping me get homes on the market. She's also the executive assistant. So she helps out with client appreciations, ordering a gift bag, just anything that I need help with on the back end. So she is like my right-hand man.
Neat.
And so then we also have Mamie. Mamie is my closing coordinator. So she will handle everything from contract to close when it comes to buyers and sellers closing on their home.
So Tammy and Mammy. Can I guess Sammy is next?
I would lie. I just ruined it. Yeah. No. We're switching it up now. So next we have Lowry. Lowry is a wonderful buyer specialist. Lowry was in new home sales like I was before joining my team. And Lowry's been with my team the longest in regards to a buyer specialist. So she works strictly on the buy side. And one more thing about Lowry. Lowry's great because she also, has a degree in design. And so she
cool.
was in the design studio in new home sales as well. So she's a great person to, just work ideas off of when it comes to building a home. I then also have Chelsea. Chelsea, too, is a buyer specialist. Chelsea also is in new home sales. She was in new home sales, I think, for about 4.5 years before joining my team. Just bubbly personality. She's wonderful. We then have Vicky. Vicky is the newest team member, but she is a rock star. I think she's already helped about 19 or 20 buyers to go under contract.
Wow.
And everybody loves Vicky. Vicky was a school teacher before joining my team, and she did real estate part-time for
neat.
Probably about 15 years. And so
she's
she
got
has
that heart of a teacher.
The nurturing.
Yeah.
People love Vicky. So Vicky's
and
wonderful.
she loves buyers who are sponges, I would imagine.
She
right?
does. She takes them under her wing. I mean, she's just like the mama bear.
Just like a good student.
So I am super thankful for my team, and it takes all of us in order to have happy clients in the long run.
Very cool. Thanks for spotlighting them for a couple of minutes here on the show today. This is the Savvy Realtor with Angie Cole, reminding you that you can reach that great team at A. Cole Realty by calling or texting Angie at 919-538-6477, and she can touch base right back with you and get into a conversation about buying or selling a home for you here in the Triangle. 919-538-6477. Now, your team those are the folks that you're working with every day in the office, but I imagine that you're also thankful for all the partnerships that you've developed over the years to help lead you to successful sales and purchases and conclusions for your clients.
100%. Our vendors are so important to us, and we wouldn't have the business that we have and be able to service our clients without having them backing us. So I'm going to quickly run through some of my favorites. We have Matt Harmon, who is our professional photographer and licensed appraiser, so he does all of our floor plan drawings. We have Anika Das, who is our professional stager. Two contractors that we really love, and they do an amazing job for our clients, Adam Schroeder and David Barrett. We then, for insurance needs, we have Matt Ellington with Farm Bureau. We have Craig McCall, who does all of our closings with McCall Law Firm. We have three preferred lenders. We have Chris Murray with Homeside Financial, Ned Ligon with Movement Mortgage, Sherry Rihanna with Cornerstone Home Lending. We then, for warranty needs, we have Jan Windsor with HSA Home Warranty. For home inspections, we love Brett Treese. He is just a great, great resource and just always makes our clients feel really comfortable when not so great things pop up on a home inspection. He can definitely give you some wonderful guidance there. Our cleaner, Mauricia Silvero, she has been with me and been cleaning my personal home for probably 6 or 7 years now. I think she cleans all of my friends' homes, all my clients' homes. I mean, her business has really taken off, which is wonderful to see. And then also kind of the guy on the back end, Brandon Williams with Arts Cubes. He does everything from our website, our marketing, sending out those mass emails you guys probably receive. I mean, he's just a great resource to have as well. So very super thankful for all of our vendors and for what they allow us to do, because without them, once again, we would be lost.
Yeah, they complete the package. They're the behind the scenes that maybe a lot of buyers and sellers don't necessarily see or have very limited interaction with. But that's part of the whole package, the importance of those relationships that a realtor develops.
It's so true. I mean, often the clients never meet the photographer, but they see these amazing, gorgeous pictures that now are popping up online. When it comes to fixing items from an inspection report, a lot of our sellers are out-of-state sellers. Their home's vacant, and we're able to run in there and knock out, that to-do list. And we're handling everything for them on the back end to make it just a smooth and seamless process.
Very cool. So those are some of the partnerships and relationships that Angie is thankful for in this real estate business. Lastly, Angie, tell us a story of a time to kind of put a bow on this thankful conversation. Tell us a story of a time when you realized you were really thankful to be a real estate agent and be in this career.
Yeah, there's always one memory that comes back. I was probably about 2.5, 3 years ago, and I was able to help a 65-year-old man purchase his first home.
Oh, neat.
And so he works for the city. He's one of those people that, I think he's been with the city probably for about 30 years, and he just absolutely loves his job. He's a joy. He lights up a room, and to have him there, I remember sitting at the closing table with him, and he seriously started to tear up. And of course, I just broke loose, and I was a little like, a hot mess, because I was just bawling. But to be able to help someone after 65 years to be able to purchase a home, is the absolute best feeling ever. And he is just so ever grateful, and that just really, really makes my job amazing.
Wow. It's a little misty in here. Is that
I know.
Pretty cool. Those are some really neat highlights of the things that Angie Cole is thankful for in the real estate world. If you want to get in touch with Angie and talk about buying or selling a home here in the Triangle, whether it be your first time or your fifth or sixth time going through the process, see the difference with the team at A. Cole Realty. Call Angie for a complimentary seller's consultation or a buyer's consultation if you're looking to buy in the area as well. 919-538-6477 is your number to call or text. 919-538-6477. If you're running around a little busy right now, but you still want to have that conversation with Angie, shoot her a text so that you can get on her radar, and then you guys can communicate from there. 919-538-6477 is that number. One more time, that's 919-538-6477. You're listening to the Savvy Realtor with Angie Cole. There's more on the way.
It's getting to know you time here on the Savvy Realtor.
Well, this is the part of the show where each week we like to ask Angie just a little something personal. We call it Getting to Know You, and it's kind of away from the realty world just to get to know more about your Savvy Realtor. And Angie, my question for you this week, since we just had Thanksgiving, what are you or were you personally thankful for?
Yes, Walter, I definitely have so much to be thankful for, as I think all of us do. But most definitely, I am super, super thankful for my little family. My little family, it's, of course, myself, which I'm a mom and a wife, my husband, David, my daughter, Gaddon, who's about to be 10, and then we have a dog, Izzy, who's a schnoodle, and then our gecko, and him or her, not sure what sex our gecko is, but name is Checkers. We always call it a him for some reason. But yeah, I'm just beyond thankful for my family, and they love me for who I am when I'm at home, but also they are very proud of me for who I am in the workplace as well, and they completely support me in everything that I do.
That's pretty cool. The gecko, I guess, could be either. Isn't that, I don't know if it's geckos, maybe it's some other, I'm trying to remember back to science class many years ago.
Know.
Aren't there some like chameleons or some sort of lizard that can change?
You're probably right. That's something my daughter would know. She seems to know
check this
every
with her
little
later.
thing. Yeah, we actually this morning, we told her to go feed the gecko, and she came back and she said, nope, he is just too fat. His tail's fat, his body's fat. He does not need crickets this morning, and she seems to know everything about animals, which is good.
My little cousin wants a gecko for Christmas, so we're gonna see.
They're actually pretty easy to handle, other than the stinky crickets that we have to purchase every week. So
switch to worms.
Yeah,
switch to worms.
No, thank you.
And that noise, doesn't that drive you crazy?
It's funny because some of the crickets will chirp and other ones do not.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's the male crickets is what I've heard that have like the wings that make that chirping sound. But yeah, sometimes we'll get a group of them that not a peep, and then the next time all night long they just chirp, 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 chirp.
You'll have
And
to special order the non-chirping
Yeah, I
ones.
know. No chirping crickets, please.
Well, that's pretty cool. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing with us what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving. We'll get back to all the talk about real estate and all the ins and outs of buying or selling a home here in the Triangle. Coming up next, stay tuned. This is the Savvy Realtor with Angie Cole.
Now, it's no secret we all want to have success. So let's check in with your Savvy Realtor for a success story.
This part of the Savvy Realtor we call the success story, where I ask Angie a question each week to tell us a story about a time she helped somebody navigate through a particular problem or issue when it came to buying or selling their home. Always love getting the good stories from Angie. By the way, if you want to reach out and get in touch with Angie and her team, you can call or text directly at 919-538-6477. Don't worry, that number will not put you on the air. You'll be able to just have a text conversation or a call with Angie. 919-538-6477. All right, Angie, this week I'm wondering if you could tell us about a time you helped somebody sell their home after they hadn't been able to do it with a different realtor. Surely that's happened before.
Of course, that is one thing we take over a lot of listings. I've actually had 2 listing appointments this past week where, the client reached out to me and would like to make a change, and so at that point we got the discussions, going. But yeah, I had a client who was located in Wake Forest in the Twin Creeks neighborhood. This particular client was going through a separation, had been separated for a while. Amazing client who then ended up buying with us, but was very anxious to sell her home because she wanted to get rid of the larger mortgage payment, of course,
Sure.
which I understood. Well, this home was on the market for 204 days in 2015. Ended up expiring. That realtor took the home off the market. Then it was relisted in 2016 and was on the market for 202 days by a different agent.
Wow.
Okay. Then I spoke with the seller, and I can't remember how we originally got contact. I think she just saw our signs a lot in Wake Forest. I think
Sure.
that's how she reached out to me. But I put the home on the market, and then we got it sold in 18 days.
Wow.
So cumulative, this home was on the market for 406 days with other real estate agents.
Amazing.
And we sold it in 18 days. And, I like to attribute that to just really knowing how to market a home. With this particular home, the biggest setback that we had, honestly, was the backyard. It was
Okay.
a gorgeous custom-built home, really large home. And many times when you have a large home, it probably will be a home for a family, right? And then they want a very usable backyard, maybe for a playground, to play soccer, whatever it be. Well, this home had a gorgeous backyard, but it wasn't usable in a sense to be for those purposes,
Right.
for kicking around a ball or something. So, beautiful. They did a great job with the retaining walls. It had a lot of steps to it and whatnot, a lot of flowers and landscaping.
Good for a landscape lover, but not necessarily
Maybe a family
an
with a lot of
active
kids.
family.
Exactly. So it was just all about marketing the home to the correct person, which was similar to my seller, and we end up finding someone. And once again, we went under contract in 18 days. Seller was super happy. We've since helped her find another home. She's already closed on that one. So it was great to be able to help her to get her home sold after so many days of being on the market.
That is pretty cool. Neat illustration of how just sometimes making minor improvements, finding the right kind of buyer, adjusting the marketing just a little bit can help go a long way in getting your home sold. You've been listening to the Savvy Realtor podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole. She's the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty here in the Triangle. And if you have questions for Angie, we invite you to go online to acolerealty.com. Listen to past podcast episodes on the website, read the blog, and all the great information, including the option to find a home right there on the website. That's acolerealty.com. And you can also call Angie with your questions, 919-578-3128.